Hello there, Blueberry Muffin. We've got some juicy updates today. The PulseX LP issue is fixed, reported on by Ricardo Corazon himself. I have been waiting to do a little update on this because there's a lot of coding and things that we don't quite understand, a lot of words and formulas and weird stuff. So PulseX is still getting upgraded, but at the end of the day, we need Ethereum at high prices. That's what we actually need. We need the price sentiment to be much better for you to see it reflected in the value of your investment, because that's all everybody cares for. Okay, and we need more Pulse Chain adoption. People coming into the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Yes, that means buying poop coins. That means trying to develop new stuff, even though they're not ultimately going to work. Maybe someone's going to do a random algo stablecoin, whatever it is. People are going to try stuff. You're going to have to let them do it, financial experimentation, and then the market's going to have to decide. It is free open markets. This is the wild, wild west. But Vitalik and Ethereum set the way itself. So this is the path we take. And now, so we have, okay, Richard's tweet himself. He said the PulseX Buy and Burn contracts were upgraded. The nested LP issue has been resolved. So obviously the PulseX and Hex prices, we're still waiting for them to move. We've actually moved nowhere for this is a daily chart. I know daily charts are banned here, but daily charts still show you what's going on, how to feel. We're like, okay, let's still feel pretty bad because we're at the bottom. We're still waiting for something to transpire. But what was happening with the issue was, this is why I was waiting to update you on you. As far as I'm concerned, somebody was spoofing. So PulseX gets a buy and burn. So here is PulseX, the chart. It gets a buy and burn every time somebody does a swap. Every time somebody does a swap, some of the fee goes and buys PulseX off the market. But there's more nuance to that. I think first it buys Pulse and then it buys PulseX. What somebody was able to do was they were able to spoof where the buy and burn is meant to go. And they made their own PLS with like a poop coin ratio. That's what I think happened. Maybe there's some more nuance to it. But basically, in a nutshell, something like this happened where someone made their own poo coin and it's very thin and Pulse. So what was happening was that it had to go and buy the Pulse off this LP, and it was paying huge slippage. And basically, this person was just getting free money. But they made like, I think 1.5 billion Pulse, which is not that much. Only like it's not a couple thousands of dollars. It's nothing. It's not, by the grand scheme of things, it's better. Honestly, it's way, way, way better. It happened now rather than before. So unfortunately, with these public open markets, on one hand, we are all connected globally. We can mind share, value creation. We can all work together as a team. Metcalfe's law really gets to pump itself through every continent of the world, even the Arctic, Antarctic, Australia, America, Europe, Africa, Africana, everywhere, China. But there's a downside to it too. The downside is because there's so many of us, there's going to be someone who is a little cockroach. And with these little cockroaches, they're going to just try to steal money for themselves. And instead of reporting it, they're going to do it. But it is what it is. I mean, like, what are people going to do? Like, report every issue and not make money off it? So it is what it is, okay? So don't get upset at it. But I'm still going to call them subhuman filth cockroach, because that's what they are. It's not like they're bad people. It's just they're subhuman filth. We've got to accept the game for what it is. But once we overcome these issues and we use the Mortein spray, they're gone. And now we can continue with the big fat green circle of friendship. And we are hoping that PulseX, please, goes up for once in your life. Please. Wouldn't that be nice if it does a nice rounded U-turn? So this is exactly what's happening. It got upgraded. Now, there is the ongoing clown corruption SEC sue case against Richard Hart and the entities they call Hex, Pulse Chain, and PulseX, which is all a bunch of baloney because they are not securities. So what entities are they? Where's the building? Where's the Hex building? Where's the PulseX HR team? Please, you know what I mean? So we know they don't. That's all a bunch of baloney. But we're still waiting for updates. And do we expect updates? No. Do you know when they're coming? No. Do you have any idea? No. We hope for updates. So that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping PulseX gets a nice limit order update. And so when we get that limit order update, I think people will be excited when they see a couple of new buttons, weird things going on, like, oh, wow, we can do new things, etc., etc. You know, this is just going to motivate people to see that new things are coming. I want you to know something too. I told you from day one as your friend, firstly, like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. Appreciate every single one. He shocked the algorithm for us. Share with friends and family. I told you from day one, Richard knows what he's doing. instead of releasing 10 features at once, because our brains, they're like taste sensors. Like you can only get a certain amount of quality identification when it comes to your sensors like this, because you can't possibly sense what 10 updates are going to do versus one. It's very hard for us to do that. Like, what's the difference between 10 updates and 22? Like, you have no idea. So instead, it's better to do this. They just do like basically one update at a time. One update, one update, one update. And you realize that everybody in crypto and investments and stocks and everything else, we're actually here not only just to make money, you're here for the narrative. You're here for the journey, the story. You're here to start from small and grow to something big. This is ingrained. This is genetically ingrained in every single human on earth. That's why we keep doing what we're doing. We like building big, great buildings. We like improving things just a little bit and growing and see how far we can go, you know? So it's the same thing with these updates. I know it's crazy. That's why you would actually rather have no updates for a while and then bang, get an update. Like, yay, let's celebrate. And then nothing for a bit. A few weeks later, bang, another update. You would rather that scenario instead of you hear nothing for 5 months, there's 30 updates, and then you just go quiet again for 5 months. We don't want that. You want like this constant stream of activity. Things are getting improved always. And unfortunately, with us humans, we aren't very good at assessing these because we think in linear terms too much. So all we can feel is we're like, okay, what happened in the last 2 weeks? And then what happened in the next 2 weeks? That's it. That's our window of time. Or maybe you just do a month, like 1 month behind and then 1 month in front. That's it. Anything else beyond that, you don't really care. So for example, if a big update came 2 months ago and you're thinking, oh my gosh, there's literally nothing to come ahead because I did so much work, well, you're not going to like that. So this is very important for the narrative. Also have a cute picture here from KDP saying real life image of Sami right now. Come on, do something. Yes, 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 of course. Look, at the end of the day, I know we can't do anything. We need the big daddies to move. This is the Bitcoin chart. My guess has always been there is a big volume node at around $37,000. I feel, this is just me, I feel that psychologically, if Bitcoin could get back to 37,000, that would put basically the average market participant break even on Bitcoin. Now, I know many altcoins are still wrecked beyond imagination, but that's the average Bitcoin participant. And I think once the average Bitcoin participant is break even, then everybody else can dream of being break even again. And with that, they go to their nested eggs, their cash savings, and they say, excuse me, I think I'd like to punt again. And then they have new narratives invented and everybody can go wild. But we need to get to that price inflection point first. You know, it was only, if we go to the previous bear market, it was only after, say, Bitcoin crossed that $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 mark where people went like, okay, sweet, we're actually back, baby. We are so back. The previous bear market from that, the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle, I wasn't around here, but Ethereum was launched. Ethereum was just another meme coin at this point. You didn't know what was going on. But this line is the Bitcoin halvening. And around here, this is where it gave everybody enough belief. That's what I think. If we put it on a regular chart, look at this. It started going about halfway. So people started getting break even again. Now, don't focus too much on the number, but just this is what, at least you've given yourself room to be disappointed if it takes a bit longer than usual. And also, Katie remade the meme just to have some orange juice here for me. Thank you very much, Katie. Also, very funny, we have Dan here. Now, Dan Mandibo is a 24/7 fudder. I've noticed Dan has just said about 450 negative things, hasn't said one positive thing. Now, on one hand, you might say, oh, these are just, they're bad people or delete them. But no, look, we've got to learn, friends. This is why I've been teaching you. Is Dan a bad person or is he just describing the candles going down? That's what I'm here to tell you. Is somebody a shiller or did they fall in love with the green candles? That's something you got to think about. They are one in the same. People react differently to good news, right? Sometimes if you got a wife, she changes her new dress, she puts makeup on. Some guys go like, wow, oh my God, look at you, look so sexy and amazing. The rest of us say, hey, look good today. That's it. What else? I'm not gonna, do backflips or anything, but it's all right. You look good. 10 out of 10. Everyone's different, friends. Everyone's different. Everyone's wired different. So when you have these, don't think too much about them. They're just describing the monthly candle color. But it's a bit hard to see it because you're looking at a daily chart. That's why this is the pulse chart, for example. If we just put it to a monthly, you get to see, oh, okay. You know why I shade this to you? It's because it's unified. So you can say, okay, everything that whole month, 30 days, 31 days straight, everything was consistently bad tone because of the monthly candle color. It was red. That's it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You gotta accept it for what it is. It's a bad down month. There's gonna be bad down news from every single person. And here is Alex. Alex, shout out to Alex for this comment. Wonder if you will still be here once the bull market begins or just magically disappears. So yeah, exactly. It is what it is. It happens time and time again. When the candles go down, I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm not making any money off you. I'm here to share with you the way of the high protein drinking concentration drinks. All right. Other people who go other ways of the soy, what are they going to do? Just disappear. But it's okay because everybody handles these differently, friends. Some people, when times get tough, they just don't want to deal with it. That's fine. Other people like me, we're maniacs. We literally go head first into the wall and we just keep running straight. Nothing's going to stop us. So Mr. FOMO Sapien as well saying, so are we supposed to be pumped when we get what we're supposed to get? I guess so, right? So hopefully you guys, after watching my video now, you get to see. So this comment here, it's meant to be a bit of like a smart ass, like, oh, we're meant to get a good fix. Are we meant to like be good news? But it doesn't really matter because you know the story now. People want to be part of the journey. People want to be part of something big, something that's always growing. Like, wouldn't you love to go back to the beginning days of New York with like a 300-year lifespan for the average human? And then you imagine you could just watch it grow from nothing, from just tumbleweeds going around to then bigger cities, etc., etc. That's what humans actually want. We want to see the number go up everywhere. That's what we actually want to see. Also, Mr. Carl, Sammy, will you please do an entire vid in an American accent? Sir, don't tempt me. Also, Mr. Guido Gaines saying, patiently waiting for the spear in Australian accent. Yes, there is one way to say spear, friends, and it's spear. And don't forget, what is a spear or spear if you live on other continents? The spear is pulse. Spear is pulse. Just like the spear of the Ethereum ecosystem is ETH itself, the spear is pulse. Now, really, of the whole crypto economy, the real spear is actually Bitcoin. It still is. Even though you think, hey, I don't use it. It is what it is, man. It just roll with it. That's what you got to do. Just roll it. Just accept it into your heart. It's here for a long time. Bitcoin is the underlying health. And I just want you to know, friends. So look, when I read through these, I want you to understand that I read the same comments as you, and there's a way to interpret these. So some people, when they read bad news, they go, oh, don't listen to this guy. But why everybody respects me is because when I come across bad news, I go, yes, it's trash. Yes, we're down. What? You want me to cheer when it's up? Well, what happens when we don't go up? We go down. It sucks. It's trash. It's shameful. It's disgraceful. Of course. Now that you've got it out of your system, you can stop being a little bitch, and now we can actually look forward to the next 24 months. Do you understand? You got to get it out of your system. If you keep bottling it up and you're like, it festers inside like a little boiling kettle pot, you're going to click sell way too early. I've seen it time and time again. There are times, I'm not going to name names, okay? I just feel sorry for them. There are times of people who are more bullish on things than me, but because when things started going a bit bad, they were in complete denial that when the switch happened, they were like, these are like anonymous Telegram people, right? So months later, I'm like, hey, bro, do you ever you held that thing, right? And they just no response. They told me, nah, I had to get rid of it because of X, Y, Z. It's always a different excuse. Then after the first times, I believe their reasons, but there's different groups of people. And then I realized eventually oh, I see what happened. If they were able to accept reality for what it is and just say it's trash, maybe they would have gotten over the hurdle earlier to start thinking of the future like me. And there will be a sun emoji. Hopefully it has a smiley face here for us. Yes, it does. This cute little smiling sun. That's where we want to be. Accept the poopiness for what it is. Wipe it off with the baby wipes. And then, okay, it's in the past now. Now we can look for a brighter future. And that's why when I read coins like this from Mr. Publisher, Hex to 100, right? I hope it's $100, not 100 Satoshis, by the way. That coin and DEX is tainted beyond belief. Yuck! Okay, I just want you to know, friends. I want you to know. See, I read the same messages as you, but I have a story he put in. And what's interesting is, for the life of me, I don't recall one single one of my... How many videos have I made, friends? I've made like over 800 videos now. Literally over 800 now. 800. I've made so many videos now. I don't recall one time saying, golly gee, this thing should be up in 3 months or 1 month. Wow, this should definitely go up. Not once. Every single time. What have I said? 2025. Alongside that, I have said that you are my friend. Like, subscribe, bell button, and all. Don't forget, it is Father's Day. I love you all very much, friends. Take it easy.